Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. I am sitting on my bed per usual, and was getting ready to go to bed because I have to work early in the morning, but I kind of wanted to hop on here and talk about my recent doctor appointments. So if you've seen a few videos before, you know that I did have some weight loss. I was about, I don't know, 44, 45 pounds in the course of, I don't know, 9 months, something like that. The combination of, going to a clinic and doing phentermine for a couple of months. And then in January, my doctor started me on the weight loss shot, zepbound. I was able to do the zepbound for 3 months. Side effects weren't that bad, but the bloating was the worst. It was the absolute worst. I only threw up one day, and that was the last day of the first week. And I think that was just because I was still trying to figure out like what I could and couldn't eat and how much I could eat. And I think I just ate too much that day. So I don't like to throw up. Don't know anybody who does, but I made sure to not overeat after that. But then I had the worst, like it was like my stomach, I was so like bloated, and like it was like rock hard, and like I wanted to just take a knife and just stab it in my stomach, right? Like my actual stomach, not my belly, in my stomach, and just kind of like tilt it to the side so the air could escape and go tss. I know you know what I'm talking about. That sound, but that's what I felt like I wanted to do, and it was miserable, and there were days that I could not work because of it. So it was like a give and a take. Like, is it worth it? Do I want to keep doing it? Yes, it was, and yes, I did. But if you've seen previous videos, you know that in March I started having issues with my insurance. Now, long story short, my doctor, when he did the original order, he did it for the 2.5, which is a starting dose for 2 months, and then jump up to the 5, right? So went in for my 2-month appointment. He said, "Hey, CJ, you're doing great on this 2.5. Let's go another month, and then we'll see about bumping you up." I'm like, okay, fine, The insurance didn't like that because he changed the original order that they approved, so they didn't want to give it to me. There was plenty of supply. There was a smaller town that I lived near that had it ready to go for me to pick up as soon as I got the approval from the insurance company. And there was just back and forth. It was like the insurance company is like, "We need this document," and they said they would fax it, but I called the doctor, and the doctor's like, "We never got it." And so I called the insurance back. And it was too much stress. And by that time, it's like June. Okay, well, I didn't really feel like getting back on it if I was gonna have to go through this every time. Like, it's ridiculous, right? And another thing with the weight loss shot is you kind of have to do it for the rest of your life, right? Like, if you plan on going off it at all, you have to do some major behavioral changes, which I had planned on, and I was working through it, just basically it's a whole lifestyle change, right? If you don't want to be dependent on the shop the rest of your life. And I didn't. I wanted to be on it long enough to lose my weight and maintain it for a period of time that I felt confident, and then slowly wean myself off of it and see how it did. That was my plan. Insurance had other ideas. So I decided to do my backup plan, which was bariatric surgery, gastric bypass, weight loss surgery, however you want to call it. I had tried to get it several years ago, but the insurance I had, it was just too much of a deductible or whatever. I couldn't afford it, even with the insurance. And then last year I tried to do it like at the beginning of the year, but the hospital I wanted to go to, which is about 2 hours away in another town, it's the best in the area, right? So of course I wanted to go there. My insurance covered the hospital, or no, it covered the surgery and the hospital, but not the doctors. I was just like, what? So I was like, fine. I had to change insurances anyway this year because, you know, they stopped carrying, my work stopped carrying the insurance that I had last year, which kind of sucked because it was a good insurance and it was really cheap. Well, yeah. Anyway, so I have a new insurance and I just kind of put it off on the back burner because I have been doing the shot and I've been doing really good. I started out at 266. I got down to 222. So what's that? I don't know, 44 pounds, right? That's really good. I have currently gained about 20 pounds back. In my Temu videos, I've been talking about how I've been getting some bigger shirts and bigger bottoms because I've been feeling bloated. That's not bloating, that's me gaining the weight back. Again, you have to stay on the shot. You have to. There's just no way around it. And I definitely wasn't on it long enough to do any major changes, life changes. So anyway, I finally went to see a bariatric surgeon at the hospital I wanted to go to. The doctor that I talked to, the surgeon, fantastic. She answered all my questions. Told me that she thought I was going to be a good candidate for the gastric bypass, which is the one I think that everybody thinks of when they hear about weight loss surgeries. It's like where they cut your stomach, so you just have like a little pocket of a stomach. It's like this big. And then you can't eat, right? Like you'll have the dumping syndrome and the vomiting and the diarrhea and all like that stuff if you overeat or if you eat high sugar, I think is what she said. A lot of sugar. That she said that'll also cause the dumping syndrome, which is reminiscent to me of when I've had my gallbladder out, and since then, anytime I eat anything with a lot of fat, I'll get like diarrhea really, really bad. It'll be horrible. What I imagine IBS is. I don't have that, but that's what I would imagine it is. Anyway, so she gave me a bunch of information and everything. I did blood work while I was there. She did say that I had to do an endoscopy, which is a scope down your throat, because she wanted to look at the stomach, see if I had any tears or hernias or anything, because I have reflux sometimes. And she said that wouldn't keep me from the surgery. It's just she would know before she goes in, like she needs to fix stuff, right? And the nurse came in and was like, well, we have an appointment next week, which is this Thursday coming. I went and saw them on Wednesday, this week Wednesday, because it's Saturday now, so just a couple days ago. So next Thursday, she's like, we have an appointment on that Thursday, and I was like, oh my god, that would be perfect, but I have to pick up my roommate's girlfriend from the airport that afternoon, so that wasn't gonna work. So she said she'd call me as soon as they got the doctor's August schedule. And I told her, I said, any Thursday is fine, just pick a day, put me on the books and call me and leave a message and I'll be there. So there's that. She did say that the woman who did who knew all of like the insurance requirements and knew how to get that information, she was out. I think she had like a family emergency or something. At least that's what I think they said. They said something. I didn't quite catch all of it, except for that she wasn't there that day. She did call me on Thursday, and we spoke a little bit. And she told me what my particular insurance requirements were. I have to say, I was really surprised. And like, I knew years ago when I had tried to do the surgery before then with the insurance that I had, the doctor told me that insurance, I was lucky because that particular insurance didn't require me to lose any weight ahead of time. There were some insurances, I guess, that wanted you to lose like 20 pounds or something like that before your surgery. And I know if you've seen like My 600 Pound Life, or my favorite commentator for that is Sean of Steel. He's fantastic. I love watching his commentary videos on that. He's been through that, so it's kind of interesting and cool to have that perspective. But they have to lose a significant amount of weight before the doctor will approve them for surgery. A lot of that, I think, is to prove that, you know, you really want to do this and you're going to do this properly and you're going to follow the requirements and everything like that and be successful. And then another side of that is they're just too big for surgery. There's too many complications at that weight. So they have to lose a significant amount of weight. And so that's what I was thinking. With this time, I thought, oh my God, with my luck, I would have to lose a lot of weight and keep it off, like 20 pounds or something like that. And obviously I'm not doing that. I'm gaining it back, right? So, which admittedly, I've been back to my regular eating habits. Like I got kind of, not necessarily depressed, but frustrated and defeated when I couldn't continue the shot, because like I really saw that as a good substitute to the surgery, even though I was gonna have to do it for like the rest of my life, or you know, a long time. I just really kind of got defeated and upset that I couldn't continue with that. And so I just didn't, I wasn't careful, right? Like before I was careful. I was counting my calories. I was watching what I was eating, but putting in my mouth. I was watching protein and sugar, right? That, because those are my two main things. I don't get enough protein. I eat too much sugar. So I had those two on my screen for the app I use, MyFitnessPal. I've been using that since 2017 or something like that. So admittedly, I haven't been doing very well with that, which is why I gained the 20 pounds back. Anyway, so she gave me the list of things, and I have to say, I'm surprised that it's so little. Like, so when I was talking to the doctor, I was like, hey, you know, what's the time frame, right? Like what can I expect, right? Like I need to plan this at work. I've got to file for disability. I've got to file for FMLA. I've got to put in for leave of absence, like all this stuff, right? Like I need to know. And she said it could be anywhere between 3 to 6 months, depending on your insurance requirements. And I was like, okay, you know, 6 months, that sounds like a great thing. A lot of insurances will have you do like a weigh-in once a month for like 6 months, which is what I was thinking. I have my list of things. So what she told me on the phone, I need to get clearance for from my primary doctor, which is fine. They're going to send me a packet. There's a paper in there that he gets to sign and they can fax it off. So I need clearance from him. I need a psych clearance from a psychiatrist or psychologist that is trained, certified, for bariatric patients. So like I would have to do like I don't know, like a doctor appointment. And I don't know why this is so hard to put into words. I have to go see a doctor, a mental health professional who is certified in bariatric clearance. There we go. That I said it right there. I do have my own psychologist. I don't know. She gives me meds. And I asked if I could go see her, but they did say that it had to be specifically certified for bariatric clearance. And so they gave me, they hooked me up with a place called Advantage Point, which is like a telehealth type thing. They called me the next day and set up the appointment. I have my appointment with them this coming Friday, actually. Or no. Actually, no, I think it's Tuesday. I think my appointment is this coming Tuesday. It's a telehealth thing. She said they'll just ask me some questions, etc., etc. Make sure that I'm mentally strong enough to deal with it, which is good. You know, should do that. I have to do the endoscopy. And I have to do 3 medically supervised diets, which is what she said. But I was confused about that, because like I have to do 3 different diets. Like I don't understand that. But what she said is I have to do 1 per month, and it's basically like in the office, to talk to a nutritionist, a dietitian, or something like that, right? She did say I could also do it at my doctor's office, so I don't have to go into town for that, 2 hours away. So and then that's it. That's literally all I have to do, guys. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. It's all going so fast. So I could, in theory, be getting the surgery in, I don't know, the end of October, November, which is insane to me because it's already the end of July. She did say, I asked her what the recovery time was. She said I would stay in the hospital overnight. It's done laparoscopically, so I just need an overnight stay. And as long as everything went good, I could go home the next day. And then the recovery time before I could go back to work would be anywhere between 2 to 6 weeks. She did say some people do go back to work after 2 weeks, but since I work in a warehouse on my feet 10 hours a day, I wasn't really thinking that that was going to be good. So we talked about it, and she said it's probably, for me, it'll probably be anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks, which is why I have to file for disability and a leave of absence and all that wonderful stuff. I'll be on a liquid diet for 2 weeks, and then I'll start shedding the pounds, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, I wanted to come on here and just be like, I don't know. She did ask me if I have sleep apnea. I do not, that I know of. One thing that the doctors find strange, I guess, every time they ask me if I snore, I said, no, I don't. I used to, but I don't anymore unless I'm really, really sick, like congested or tired, exhausted, tired. I used to snore so bad I would wake myself up. That was great, but I don't snore anymore. And they're always so confused about that. I'm like, I don't know, I just don't do it. Previously I was having some memory issues and word retrieval issues. I'm still having a little bit of that problem too. So my primary doctor was like, well, let's get you in for a sleep study, see if you've got sleep apnea, if your brain is just exhausted, and go see a neuropsychologist. I have scheduled my sleep study for August, and I've already been to the neuropsychologist. We did our consultation, and then I did my testing. He did say that during our conversation for the consultation, he did say he didn't think it was anything neurological. It sounded like I just had a lot of trauma. Who doesn't? That I needed to deal with, and he recommended I get a therapist, which I do plan on doing because I want to kind of attack the weight loss from all sides. So like the medical side, physically we'll be having the surgery, and then mentally I do want to see a therapist who is familiar with like food related issues, right? So like I can work on my relationship with food and things like that. But yeah, so I got my packet, my report that he did, the neuropsychologist. And apparently, even though he told me that he didn't think I needed any other testing, they were just going to keep this on the books in case in the future I needed it, they'd have a baseline. In the report, it said that I had some visual connection issues, or I don't know, something visual. And that even though he stated that he did not think I needed any other testing, he changed his mind and wants me to do a CT scan. So I don't know what that's about. I'll be talking to my primary doctor at my next appointment to see what that's all about. But yeah, I mean, just like, guys, I'm 48 years old. I know, I look fantastic. Bet you thought I was 30. Probably not, but whatever. I am 48 years old, and I have been overweight most of my adult life. Mostly because I had to have an emergency hysterectomy when I was 24. And so then I had a bunch of other stuff, hormones and what have you, fucks up your metabolism. Then I had, medication that causes weight gain and reduced metabolism or something. I don't know. It fucked with you, right? So I'm I'm kind of like at the point where I need medical assistance. I need that help. And so that's what I'm doing. I plan on documenting everything, and so we'll see what where the journey takes us. Hopefully it'll take me to my goal weight, which is 130. So that's like right now 110 pounds. Also, I got this from Temu. It's 50 ounces. It's my baby. I fill it up. Right now it's got tea in it, and I've been sipping on it all day. I still have like that much in it. But it's great for water. Just saying. Anyway, I don't know. I'm a little scattered here at the end. I'm sorry. Thanks for joining me. I hope you stick around. I hope you join me on this journey. If you like Temu and you like unboxing videos, then check out my Temu haul playlist, and then keep coming back for these updates. I appreciate it. I mean, you guys could have literally done anything else with your time, and you chose to spend it with me, and I really appreciate that. Please make sure if you like this kind of content, you like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, because it helps my teeny weeny channel get seen in the big wide world that is YouTube. Thanks, guys. I'll see you later.